Hello and welcome. I'm Master Lamaji, and this is our Thursday edition of Rasaji Speak. So happy to be with you today. Remember, I got up my background because it is Prosperity of Life webinar day. And our special guest today will be Dr. Jenny Grace, and she'll be talking about traditional acupuncture. And she will also be talking about some really neat study and training that she's got into, and she wants to share that with our group. So tell everybody 1 o'clock Eastern time, make sure you get there. Today's subject matter is wellness wealth, investing in healing or healer for a prosperous future. You know, if people would have followed me around and watched what I did from the moment even I was 13 and 14 years old, I always invested into me. It's the mirror meditation maybe, but I just knew that I was worth to invest in. And if I was going to get better, if I didn't want to go back in for kidney surgery, buddy howdy, I needed to. And I began to spend money as a teenager that still today that 80% of the people on the planet as adults with plenty of money, they don't think they're worth to invest in themselves. First thing you got to do is you got to invest in yourself. And even from a prosperous point of view, what does the richest man in Babylon say? Part of all I earn is mine to keep. Part of all I earn is mine to keep. It's a mantra in itself. You got to chant that if you're not doing that. If you don't take that first 5 or 10% off the top, you're damn sure not going to take it off the bottom. You know why? You're going to get to the end of the month and realize what most people realize in the beginning on the road to prosperity. You have more month than money. You ever had a few of those? More money than money, right? You begin to change that by taking off. That is a feng shui thing. So one of those feng shui envelopes is got to be for you. Then what should you do? Well, you're going to have to spend money. Some of you are here to train. Some of you are spending and investing well. You wouldn't still believe what Lama Rasaji and Master David does to maintain the health and the prosperity level that we are. Once you start reaching in your pocket for yourself, it never stops. And it goes this. And to the degree that you become more healthy and more prosperous, it's this way, right? Think about it. It shocks me. Today, I pay more money to staff members that work for us than I was earning myself just 10 years ago. Right? At 13, 14, and 15, I was already spending over $100. Inflate those dollars today. A 13, 14, and 15-year-old kid was spending over $100, right? Right? In the early 70s to live better with martial art training. At one time, I had 3 jobs as a teenager. By the time I was 15 or 16, I was throwing a paper route, first on a bicycle, then on a motorcycle. I was cutting 5 or 6 yards down the street, and I was a lifeguard at the local country club. I'll never forget, I'm getting ready to get my first car. My dad was shocked when he found out I had $4,000 to put down on a car that was going to cost us about $8,000 or $9,000. Chevrolet Monte Carlo, woo, baby, that baby would fly. It was all engine. It had a short back end, big front end, and that sucker would fly. And I drove all up and down Florida and Georgia either swimming on the swim team or going to a martial art event to train or to be in a tournament. But those years, I knew Florida highways and Georgia highways inside and out. And I was 16, 17 years old. It was a year or more before I would go to New York and meet with Master Boyan, right? So most people didn't do that. If I told you today what I spend on me and what I spend on my family to keep us healthy, well, it's a lot more than $1,000 a month. I can tell you that. It's all relative to who you see in the mirror. Who do you see in the mirror? See, I'm at a point today, if you're not eating good food, which costs more money, if you're growing it, even better. That's what we're teaching, right? If you're not investing into self-improvement, we have the best, by far, self-improvement course on the planet. Absolutely. Just go to circleofchi.com and click on and get started and, try our 7 to 30-day trial. And you'll just blow your mind at what we're offering. And nobody's offering anything close in self-improvement arena to what we're offering, bar none, right? But what do you think you're going to do when you get those feng shui envelopes? And if you don't have one now, the first one you should put your name on. That's right. And every time you put money in the envelope, you should look in the mirror, see how you feel about it. And when you go to count that money at least once a month, you should count it in front of the mirror and watch how you feel about it. Absolutely. Column exercise in front of the mirror. We're getting ready to move into the next yin cycle. Shadow of the yin is coming right around Nashville's event. Get ready for the end of the year, the most important column exercise you'll do all year round. But you got to be willing to invest in you. And then you have to follow the training. At the core of who we are, who do we listen to? Right now, who do you listen to? Just write that down. Who do I listen to? Who do I listen to about finances? Who do I listen to about investments? Who do I listen to about self-esteem, self-confidence? Who do I listen to by my health, right? And our guest today, Dr. Jeannie, is a phenomenal advocate for health. She's one of Lamaji's physicians. If she's good enough for Lamaji, yeah, she's on our board, soon to be on our field leadership group with Dr. Beth, Dr. Preston, right? Next week, we're going to bring the board on and introduce them to the community. You can ask them a few questions. They can tell you how honored they are to be on an international board that's going to take COC and PFL to many, many new levels. And we're real proud of this group. And I got to tell you, but I chose them because of their level of activity. The Lamasery and me picked out the list, gave it to Lynette. Lynette sent emails, and we had our first meeting just over a week ago. And every month, these incredible individuals will get together, and they're going to help to steer the boat of where we're going the next 20 to 30 years. The next 5 are crucial, absolutely crucial. You have to invest in yourself in activity, training, financially. You have to learn to eat good things, take good supplements like iHercules, like Ambia's product, the Univera products. These are 3 of the best companies out there. So you got to be doing that, right? And then you got to be moving forward. You got to be doing your Qigong every day. You got to look at training in Tai Qigong is your 3rd or 4th meal a day. So how many meals a day do you have? When I started on the path, I had 3 to 4 a day. Now I'm about 1.5, what people would consider physical meals, because I've been spending decades of also getting my nutrition on the psychic level and also on the spiritual level. And when you start to balance that, you don't need quite as much food in your body. In other words, just 3D food, right? Some days I'm traveling, I've noticed that my body wants a little bit more. I give it, I don't deny it, right? But if you're not spending or investing into you, you'll never truly invest in this. And that's probably why you haven't invested the amount of money that you want to be here, right? 10%. That's huge, right? Look at what the banks are paying. And they're at the high end that they've been in 25 years. And they're still paying 3, 5, 6% if you're a multimillionaire, maybe. Not 10, not an acre of land, not managed by a person who's been working on birth trauma and death urge for over 55 years. I doubt most of your brokers and financial planners even have a clue what that is and don't know that it's running them and running their decisions with your money. Right? If you knew what I knew, you would have a whole different outlook. But it always starts with what the richest man from Babylon said. And that is a watered down story. Nevertheless, it's a beautiful story of Uncle Enoch. Part of all I earn is mine to keep. Tune in with us today. Don't forget to bring your questions. Tomorrow is Shangri-La Friday. It's not too late to sign up for Shangri-La Friday. That's where it all started a little over 3 years ago. Buddy, howdy, we're growing. Baraka Bashai to you and to your glorious family. I look forward of seeing you today at 1 o'clock and tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And God bless you and God bless your family. See you soon.